Then they come off far away, they can't see for fish. And they come off far away, they can't boil for fisherman the nets. And they come off far away for can't see for so I know where I don't get it, anyway, I'm not going to get I'm not going to get anyway. I do at the moment tomorrow going here. And when you see almost people away have up on the fish business, I believe say as a government we get for put we hand in tranga one, or make we develop ourselves, we develop this country, and we develop the
people. Sierra Leone's brutal 10-year civil war ended in 2002. The war, known infamously for child soldiers and blood diamonds, crippled the country's infrastructure, and recovery has been slow. One in 8 mothers die in childbirth, and half the population lives on less than $1 a day. Whilst their diamonds have grabbed the headlines, little of this mineral wealth filters down to the people. The majority, over 4 million Sierra Leoneans, depend instead on another natural resource that is now under serious threat.
When I was a young boy, we used to catch a lot of fish. But at this point now, no more good catch. It's just small fish. So the problem is the trawlers.
Torame penny boya, before you go on a pet and Gatawa, no Brahma, to what I did in the New York Buani Baketa with Tanyani, Tanwa Tanyani.
Like its West African neighbours and so many other poorer countries around the world, Sierra Leone's once abundant fish stocks are being destroyed by an unprecedented global threat. Illegal, unreported and unregulated pirate fishing.
Pirate fishing is fishing beyond the law, without the necessary permissions, disobeying controls and regulations that are meant to create and help build sustainable fisheries. All too often, pirate fishing operations abuse their crews, conducting human rights abuses, and they are operating at an enormous environmental cost. Not only that, they are very often, all too often, stealing from some of the poorest people on our planet.
Pirate fishing operations are well organised and extremely elusive. If detected, operators evade capture by simply renaming their boats and often reflagging them with a flag of convenience belonging to one of the many nations notorious for poor regulation. This flag hopping allows them to disregard international conservation measures and steal with impunity. These foreign-owned vessels come from a range of countries, but the Chinese and Koreans are major culprits.
The government is losing a huge sum of money with this pirate fishing that is going on.
Pirate fishing vessels are robbing up to $23 billion from our oceans each year, and their illegal, undeclared fishing is destroying any chance of sustainability.
Pirate fishers contribute to undermining global fisheries management. We are removing excessive amounts from the sea. Some scientists predict that we will see the collapse of all species that are commercially exploited today by around the year 2050. We are running out of fish.
This may be difficult for us to imagine. It is not, however, for those suffering on the front line. About 50 miles south of Freetown, Sherbro Island sits at the mouth of the Sherbro River. The river estuary and lush mangrove forests provide a perfect breeding ground and nursery for many species of fish, whilst an abundance of marine life is drawn to the nutrient-rich river waters as they spill into the Atlantic Ocean. These coastal communities are utterly dependent on fishing.
Kimbo mejembengwa ya moya. Kasana torama mogome ambokia.
Like now, where would they dry fish now? So we're not going able to make profits. So at the end, very difficult for we.
Because ndanyama wame because nyalizi maikayana. Bwa kayengi mbindo komu kame inde kaina komu mupe ke mamunibe.
Fishing and fish smoking are the only ways that men and women can earn the money they need to buy food, pay for medicine, and send their children to school. Fish business is the only business they have.
Sana ndipo sabiti masina school mu ko bo vis na tametili ko ko jibi bo mame ko meheina.
Fish na protein for we picking in life, even to we self. You understand? Now we picking and they eat where they know they get them bad sicknesses.
Today, almost a third of all Sierra Leonean children die of disease and malnutrition before they are 5 years old. Pirate fishing trawlers are fishing out the sea, and now more and more fishermen are forced to fish within the estuary to avoid starving. However, the estuary is home to many undeveloped juvenile fish, and netting these youngsters damages the marine ecosystem even further. Licensed or unlicensed, industrial vessels are forbidden to fish within 5 nautical miles of the shore, but frequently come as close as half a mile. Their destructive chains and nets collect everything in their path and destroy the marine habitat the fish depend on to breed.
They're fishing way then they do, the fish and the foil and pass smack. Because we then draw that chain, they come up. The fish where they want, the size where they want, and then they pick.
The net is hauled up full of all kinds of marine life scraped from the seabed.
As you can see behind me, it's sort of a factory down here. They've got all sorts of species that they consider valuable. Everything else, as we've seen, they've just dumped over the side.
The fishermen only pick those they consider valuable. Everything else, the bycatch, is simply wasted. These pirate trawlers tear up and down the coast of West Africa, fishing 24 hours a day. Not only is it now more difficult to find fish, when the trawlers plough through, they tear up the hooks and nets of local fishermen.
Spending so much money to get these fishing gears, and it's being catered away in less than 5 minutes. How do you expect those families to survive?
Kabuna nunga timbu me gra, tindacha ina mata titabu me na gra, imbu me na awalo. Ya beti ya na itola na lo mata bua keti ya kwa matibla. Owe ta ho mata bubu tamua.
Tana la pe buru ma kwa ma Africa elo nem de na point abilenga elo ro re bilenga kele bia be nje bu ngwa kro. Ke be ngwa kro be bagiola.
In the process, sometimes there is a loss of life. I mean that because they have a weaker boats and they are big motorized vessels, so sometimes they lost their lives.
This is a big boy picking. We be told I've been killed in Jakalia.
Whilst fishing with his father in the river estuary, a pirate trawler struck their fishing gear. In the chaos, Jakaria was caught up in the trawler's nets and drowned.
And you see, my mom don't live by the accident. I begin crying.
The pirate trawlers are aware that they are operating illegally and carefully hide their names and call signs to avoid being identified.
You can see this is how they hide their identification. They come in close, they know they're illegal, so they try and hide who they are. This vessel is called APSARI-Apsari 3. This is the Apsari 3. Caught illegally fishing, illegally trawling at 7 degrees, 21 minutes north, 12 degrees, 31 minutes west. That's well inside Sierra Leone's IEZ.
However, the chances of getting caught in Sierra Leone are tiny, and considering that one trawler load of fish can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, they are more than happy to take the risk. Sierra Leonean President Ernest Bai Koroma has publicly pledged to tackle pirate fishing, but his government has very few means to do so.
I don't go inspect the Navy, them boats, and the small boats that we don't give we for help we. We know say they get limited capacity.
The Navy, which is here to make sure that the coastal areas of Sierra Leone are basically protected, they have little or no logistics to do that.
It's very hard for the Sierra Leone Navy to do anything about this problem, to actually go out and arrest the trawlers that are fishing illegally. They are effectively under-resourced, overwhelmed and outgunned.
So because of this, poachers can come in and go out as they would like.
Free to come and go as they please, pirate trawlers secretly transship their illegal cargo at sea, miles away from any authorities, mixing their stolen fish with legally caught ones.
They have a market where it straight away goes to Las Palmas.
Las Palmas in the Canary Islands is a notorious port of convenience. It's a free economic zone with weak controls and very little inspection of catches. The net result of this is that a lot of illegally caught fish are rebranded as legally caught fish and then passed on to consumers within Europe and the Far East.
Just as our demand for diamonds fueled civil war in Sierra Leone, our demand for fish is now driving pirate fishing. This stolen fish is ending up on our plates. Over 80% of Sierra Leoneans depend on fish for food, and the fish caught by these coastal communities is distributed throughout the country.
So if there's a serious problem here in terms of fishing, then the mainland will have to suffer the consequences. So it has a very serious ripple effect.
Pirate fishing trawlers are wiping out this staple food source. Jobs are few and far between in Sierra Leone, and if the fish business collapses, hundreds of thousands of men and women will be left without income. There is no other affordable animal protein, and if nothing is done to help, these people will starve. This impending crisis can be avoided. The Sierra Leonean government needs support so that they can keep the coast clear of pirate fishers, and there needs to be regional cooperation to ensure that this problem is not simply passed on to other West African countries. The international community must eliminate legal loopholes like flags and ports of convenience so that pirate fishing can be prosecuted effectively. We as consumers can also play our part by asking how and where the fish is caught, and by avoiding species that are in trouble. Pirate fishing has to be stopped now.
Trawlers are destroying their properties, killing them, driving them from the sea. So we need people to help.
This area, all they live pan water. They know they live anything past that pan water. The trawler no move go on any side. Now the punishment no more will go there.